matter of perspective, right?
Yep.
Truly dark times.
Yep.
And then for those who are prepared, truly good times, because there's so much that you can do during, I don't want to call it a depression. I don't know how deep it's going to go. It's going to happen. Things are going to crash. The markets are going to crash. Housing's going to crash. All these things are
going to crash. They're crashing.
They're crashing at the moment, right? But it's going to get a little darker. And for those who are prepared for that, and I'm talking financially, this type of thing that's getting ready to happen to the country and to the world, actually, when you're prepared for this, you're going to come out of it better, but you have to be prepared. There's going to be stuff that's going to happen, and you can look at it from a perspective of, this is horrible, I'm going to crawl in a shell and die, and I'm just going to hide, or you can look at a perspective of, all right, this is opportunity.
What?
I got a head rush. Is that why they have you do Lamaze, so you can get a head rush? Oxygen is a good drug. Anywho, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another amazing podcast here at Talk Hard Podcast.
Where are we today?
We are live in... I have nothing.
London, England, because I've been trying to go there for like 3 weeks now.
London, baby.
Yeah. I think that was like a redneck.
London, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Literally, when I was trying to think of a town or a city, nothing came up. I thought of Iron Bean Coffee, which is in Toledo, Ohio, by the way. If you guys want to check out the best coffee in the country, check out ironbeancoffee.com.
I don't drink coffee, but I heard good things.
Oh God, I love it. It's the best coffee. I literally traveled the world on the interweb, and I found this coffee company, and I went and go visit them, and I got to roast some beans. Anyway, amazing coffee. Maybe I can get, hey, Fred, Chanel, can we get a sponsorship on this program, please?
Hey, reach out.
Iron Bean Coffee.
Holla at your boy.
Anywho, guys. Welcome to the
what's
show.
up? Hold on.
My name is Marty Norman, by the way, and this is
Brian Gordon, and y'all might not recognize him because he's got facial hair.
Oh, you noticed.
Marty hit puberty this weekend.
You noticed,
and got excited about it.
Did you notice?
I took pictures. I'm going to post that crap everywhere.
Oh, so I went to a men's retreat this weekend.
Yep.
And I realized I wasn't a man without a beard. No, that's not true. I don't know, man. Something like I don't know. I decided, and I talked with Brian Kendrick live. Brian Kendrick, I said, "Listen, man, and I didn't shave for the weekend because we're in the woods, we're in cabins, we're getting right with God kind of deal, just AA workshop. But I didn't shave for a couple of days, and I said, you know what? Let's do no shave. What is it? November?
It should be.
Okay, so no shave November
a little early.
In October.
Got it.
So here I am. I'm going to do 60 days and no shave.
Okay.
A challenge.
So only
myself.
beard October?
I like it.
Only
Picasso.
fans, but for beards?
Picasso. I implore all of you to join me. Hey, actually, let's see who will join me in 60 days. 2 days.
Two consecutive months equaling 60 days.
60 days.
There we go.
60 days.
Carry the two, Marty. Carry the two. This is a new one for me. What are we talking about today?
Man, I tell you. Just...
Is this what it feels like to be you?
You should be in here. This doesn't stop. No, man, I've been seeing these posts and these TikToks and these, this, I don't know, I guess it's part of this woke genre of people, right?
Yep.
I've been seeing these posts about, and it was weird because we had a conversation the other day, and it was right when anywho, I seen posts of these people, these women and these men, talking about they're at their job and they're doing these little skits and how they're at their job and there's people are encouraging people not to work. Don't work. Don't put in any effort. Don't put overtime in. Your boss asks you to do some paperwork at home. Don't do it because you're not on the clock. And your boss asks you to come in on Saturday. Don't do it because you wasn't scheduled. And don't lift a neck. Don't do anything extra. You work 8 hours a day and that's what you get paid for. And that's what you should do. And take your vacations and take your PTO times and just do this. And I'm just like, wow.
Now, okay,
Wow.
Whatever the percentage is on that, I agree to some level that because for a long time I did not take vacation, and it's not healthy. You earn those days, use those days. By all means, there's a difference, though, between using the days productively and using the days abusively, meaning if you don't care about, because you're not punishing the president of the company, you're punishing your coworkers when you do this unscheduled, I don't care whether or not I'm here, you guys will just have to pick up my slack kind of crap. You need to be productive in it and plan it ahead. Like with us, it's a 30-day minimum, or we won't approve it because that's our policy.
Yeah, I think a lot of places are 2 weeks, but I guess that's not the point. I agree. Take your vacation time, right? Take your 2.5 vacations a year, whatever that looks like. I don't care. What I'm worried about is this push and I don't want people, like, if I live by that mentality, don't work over, don't come in early, don't stay late, don't work on a Saturday, don't go home with your work, don't do paperwork at home, don't do planning or maybe you're in construction, you got to work bids, don't do those at home because you're not on the clock. These types of things. If I had that mentality, I would have never gone anywhere. I would still be working at a temporary service and I'd still be making $9.50 an hour. I don't want people, men and women especially, to sit there and look at that and say, you know what, you're right. I only get paid for X amount of hours, and that's all I'm going to do. If you do that, you're not going anywhere. You're not growing. You're not going to. I tell you what, man, you said a second ago, you're not going to hurt your boss by doing that, right? You're not. And you're also not going to get noticed by your boss by doing that. In a positive light, you're going to get noticed if you're the person who says no to your supervisor or just doesn't want to lift the extra finger.
Oh yeah, you're noticed. Not in the right way, but you've been noticed.
Attitude and effort is everything, and that's what I look for in my employees and people that work for me and people that do for me. Is like I don't, you guys are 8 hours. That's great. That's what you're scheduled to do. But I look at those people who are going the extra mile, who are willing to do whatever it takes, whenever it takes. I'm not asking you to take away from your family too much, but if you got to do an hour worth of paperwork at night, 2 hours with make a bid up, make a phone call. You got to do some phone calls. You got to do some paperwork. You got to do some online stuff. If you got to do that, then do it.
Here's the thing. All the people that, this is my opinion and what I've seen, because I've consulted for companies and I've helped people like through the coaching programs and helping them turn things around when they reach out to me and they're like, why does my crew suck? And I get in there and I start talking to these people. Has nothing to do with work. I'm trying to find their drive and their determination. And most of the people,
it's because they watch video. It's because they watch videos like that.
That's why. We're now teaching this in college. A professor recently got fired because his class was too hard. The students complained, and he was fired.
Well, this is what's wrong with the.
We are letting this happen.
This is college for you. This is the
indoctrination. This is okay.
This is the indoctrination of our youth. It's done in colleges, so it makes sense.
Let me just break it down for all the people that are listening that don't get this. Life is hard. It wasn't supposed to be easy.
No.
Period.
No.
It's just as hard for everybody. So stop acting like you're the special occasion.
Oh, you're
not the special circumstance.
You're a snowflake. Look,
your life sucks like everybody else does when you look at it that way. This came from, I'll just tell everybody, like I've been putting in some work. I'm a salaried employee.
Come on.
But I love what I do, and I love the ability to be able to walk into the president, who happens to be my boss, and say, hey, we need to talk. Mm-hmm. This is what I've been doing.
For a long period of time.
Yeah, I haven't talked about. I've been there going on a year, and I haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah,
I've mentioned it a few times, and we've had discussions, and it's gotten to a point where I'm like, hey, now we need to have a chat. Mm-hmm. I am willing to do the work, but I need to get compensated. Does that work for you? Or let's set a schedule that works. Let's talk about this. I'm just not going to show up. It's a conversation. Now, I was fired up, and we had a different conversation at first, and I had to calm down and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm tired. But I'm not bringing some stuff home, and I need to add value everywhere. So we just need to look at the value. What's been done has been done. I'm the one that chose to stand up, so I'm not punished. He didn't make me do anything.
Right.
I just see it. But that conversation went so well in my favor.
Yeah.
Because I have the backing of I've already done the work.
That's what I was going to say. You know why it went well in your favor? When you go to your boss and you ask for a promotion or a raise or this or that, and you're up for your yearly review or your 90-day review, a 90-day review.
Yep.
You know what we're looking at in those reviews? Your attitude and your effort. How much are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be? And I'm sorry, I get it. Like when you start in an entry level position. I don't care where you're at, in a factory, McDonald's, a business, construction. If you're an entry level position and you start in, you better grind your damn face off. There is no time for I can't do that. I work 8 hours a day. I do this. Bull BS.
You got to pay to be the boss.
How bad do you want it?
Got to pay the cost.
And I don't care. Look, man, that's what I look at. I'm going to look at somebody, people in my circle, people that work for me, people that have rose to the top of their positions that work for me. They have done that through grinding their face off, not just because they showed up. Yep. Not because they did. People everywhere just do their job, and those people are great. We keep those people. But the people that rise in the company are the ones who grind their face off, show up early, leave late, work extra hours, always add value to my company, add value to me, make my life easier. And those are what reviews are about.
Right.
You know?
So I had this conversation right before he went on vacation because he's got children and they do the fall break thing, right? So when he left, it was like, I feel comfortable leaving because I know I got you and a few other people here that are the people that are just going to get it done.
There you go.
So I don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
So you go enjoy your vacation. I got it here. I just want you to understand that if the conversation needs to come up again, this is going to have a conversation. It's simple. It's a conversation that everybody's replaceable, right?
Yes.
However, if I am doing the workload of 1.5 or 2 people, I'm a lot harder to replace.
Absolutely.
Because now you need me and my brain and another person just to do the grunt work on top of it.
That's the thing. You don't, what was the president say? Don't ask what your country can do for you.
What you can do for your country?
Ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah. I joined the military because of it too.
But you know what I mean? That's what it's like in a job. Like, don't expect me. I'll do my bare minimum if you're doing the bare minimum. But if you're adding value to my life, to my company, and you're getting crap done, bro, you're going to rise. That's just the way it is. And I think this I see these videos. These videos are going viral with these women and men just like, don't do it. You don't have to do that. You don't work. You just enjoy your time off. Whatever. Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, you will stay at an entry-level position for the rest of your life. I want more in my life.
Here's what I've also seen, because when you evaluate a company, the best way to do it in my coaching experience has been to evaluate their personal life with it. And in my experience, most of the people that aren't working hard also have problems at home. So this is a deeper problem. And so I'm like, well, you got to fix your home life too. You got to be happy about what you're at home. Because if you wake up pissed off, you carry it in here. Of course, 8 hours of feeling like crap, I want to go home too. But when you genuinely wake up happy because you know you've got a purpose, and you know when you get home that you're taken care of because you're taking care of others, then it works.
Well,
you got to find your drive, and whatever your drive is. And if you don't like your job, quit. Today is the best time in American history, in my experience, in my 42 years of living, to be looking for a new career, because they're everywhere and you can build something great.
That's what I was going to say too. We're in the midst of something that I have never seen in my life. And, you know, people are doing massive sign-on bonuses and hiring in it, you know, what used to be a $15 an hour job is now a $30 an hour job, and they still can't find employees. If you have any bit of drive or motivation or anything about you that wants to be successful, now is the time to take advantage of that. Take advantage of that and just be that one guy that your boss or your supervisor can depend on, because I guarantee you, the way stuff is going right now, he don't have many of those.
Nope.
He don't.
I can tell you right now, if you're from the age of 19 to 25, male or female, and you want to build a life and retire by 55, reach out to me and I will walk you through how this works.
How do they reach out to you, sir?
They can email me at fans@talkhardfans.com. They can leave a comment below that says, Brian, please reach me, and I will comment back with an email. You can call me. I don't care. I see such opportunity in the world today that everybody is too busy about. Oh, God. And it shocks me.
It's amazing. It's just simply amazing. We are.
And Google, if you get mad at me for saying you got a problem.
Google's mad at us.
Jeez.
Every week.
We're going to attack.
I don't even know why. We have Chris Corn off the cob over there just like editing everything, and we still get denied.
I feel like if the video was just bleep, 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 we'd still get it cut off. Good gosh. But I want to say something else real quick because I saw something on the news this morning, and I don't typically watch a lot of it, but something hit me. As I was watching I wake up, I do my cold shower, which I know you're not doing, but I still am.
I don't do it no more.
And I'm getting ready for the morning, and I'm scrolling through some stuff for YouTube to watch something else to get into, and I'm kind of looking through, and I see this thing that says that Rolling Stones posted an article saying that the political agenda is just to scare the family into not taking their kids out for Halloween because fentanyl is not actually a crisis. Are you out of your effing mind? Do you actually not know someone who has dealt with something on a fentanyl level? Because I've lost more people in the past 2 years since COVID to overdoses and other things than I know about through the C word. Sorry, you'll have to edit the first one.
Well,
it's insane. It's a real thing. And here's the crazy thing. When I was young, my parents did the same. You bring your candy home and they would inspect it and look for little pinholes to make sure you weren't getting drugged.
This is
nothing new.
Here's the thing with that too, because I remember seeing posts of this. You see this when I was a kid. We did. Parents didn't check the packages.
Yeah, nothing open.
They were talking about razor blades and needles in the candy back then. You know what I mean?
Well, they were looking for pinholes to see if anybody injecting anything in it and other stuff. You were looking for still paraphernalia on some level. What
neighborhoods are you guys trick-or-treating? I don't know any drug deal.
Seriously, it's just it's a normal thing, right? Parents are cautious, and we're saying this is a real problem. And Rolling Stones, who has a stupid amount of followers, is going on saying, nah, they're just trying to scare you.
Well,
hold the phone.
I feel two things. I'm torn here because while fentanyl is absolutely the number one epidemic in this country,
yep,
right, it is. It's killing 200,000. We've lost with the overdoses and alcohol-related deaths. We've lost over 200,000 last year alone.
Right.
That's not even counting the heart failures and all that stuff that's associated with drug addiction and car wrecks and all these other things. Right. It's not even counting that.
Right.
So we're looking at a good 400,000 last year. And by the way, if you guys are struggling with drug or alcohol addiction, please reach out to the number right down there, and we will get you some help.
Absolutely.
But here's my problem with that. I remember this a couple years ago. It might have been before the fentanyl epidemic. But they were talking about how houses were giving out ecstasy that looked like candy, and I'm just thinking to myself, how rich? You're a massively successful ecstasy dealer. If you're just giving it out to children,
Right.
So where I'm at with the fentanyl thing is I cannot see anybody standing there just handing out fentanyl. And then the other side of that is, well, I guess it's dirt cheap. It ain't costing them anything. What is it, 5 cents a gram nowadays if you buy mass amounts online?
Yep.
So I don't know. It's just, I think they're always trying to scare us into their whatever they want. They don't like Christmas. They don't like Halloween.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny how our other leaders can stand up and say, don't celebrate Christmas with your family because you might get someone killed. However, when we say, hey, be careful this year when you're taking your kids trick-or-treating, if all they're saying is if you see things that look like this,
right,
be aware of what it could be. So do the same thing we've always been doing. Inspect your kids' candy. Watch what they're eating. You don't want them to go diabetic, so you don't want them eating everything in the bag, even though, sorry to my other friends that I bought their kid 10 pounds of Starburst and 60 candy bars.
You're an for that. That kid's bouncing off the walls right now.
That kid's got a backpack full of candy.
They are cussing you right now. Guarantee it.
Because I don't do the trick-or-treating thing. I just don't. Our neighborhood's not busy enough, so we have our friend brings their daughter over, and every time we usually give her a bag full of candy. Well, this year it's a duffel bag full.
That kid is sitting in her room right now, rocking back and forth.
Still from last year.
I look, man. It's common knowledge. You do inspect the candy, and I don't know about you, but when I was trick-or-treating, I went to the nicest houses in the neighborhood because some of those houses gave away nice, full candy bars.
I was from California, so we would go up in Anaheim Hills because I'm from Anaheim, so you just go up into Anaheim Hills, and everybody in like you.
Hey, you get cars there, don't you?
Couldn't live in Anaheim Hills without getting like the King Reese's and like the
they give
legit
you like dirt bikes and
they like give you like the legit candy. So that's where we would go.
Here's a power toy.
But it's like, stop trying to take the joy out of everything for us. Period.
Yeah,
like,
man.
if you people out there aren't understanding that the media now has so much power that they can actually twist reality. Like if our mainstream media went on tomorrow and said, I just want to make sure everybody understands that the sky is green in about 7 days, we would have a new teaching system and everybody would be out there freaking out that the sky was actually green. They would believe it because that's where we're at. They can bend reality now. They have labeled people racist. They've labeled people other things, and it just becomes true. Like, we just assume that you automatically have all the knowledge of everything in the world out of nowhere, and it's the truth.
Well, you know, it just really hard to believe that people are out there that are just so, I don't even know the word, but they just hear everything on that news, and it was completely evident the last couple of years where you just had all these people just doing unheard of things.
Well, that's how we got here with this problem that we're having today.
I know it.
Is that we literally made you all so afraid of going to work. Now, I'm gonna share this. If I get in trouble for this on Google and everything, I don't really care.
Get us shut down.
I haven't taken one day off of work since then, meaning like I took vacations and whatnot, but I haven't missed work.
Me neither.
Because of that situation that happened.
Me neither.
The first company I was at, I was like, I'm sorry, everybody is like 12 to 20 feet apart. Stay away from each other like we always do, because you shouldn't be chatting with each other anyways. We got work to do. Right? Everybody always ate lunch separately, and anybody that ate together lived in the house together anyway, so there was no way to stop it. So we're not shutting down. We're going to keep pushing.
I was out licking handrails the whole time. I don't care.
Marty was on TikTok licking toilets.
I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, I ain't scared of I don't even want to say it.
The C word. We just call it the C word.
Well, I ain't going to call it that.
C19er.
I ain't even going to call it that. I'm just going to call it the F word.
And it's a real thing. Don't get me wrong. I do believe that whatever they labeled it, there is a different form of some sort of disease out there. Like, or whatever they call it. A disease is way too strong of a word for me.
A virus.
A virus, right? Like, it is real. So is H1N1. Like, those are all real. I want
you guys to know that they completely skewed the numbers. The numbers were 1,000% off. And if you guys need to check some things on that to find out, but I don't know if nobody in the last 2 years died of anything other than that.
I implore everybody to read.
Every death was that.
Read Tony Robbins' book.
Click the box.
The
Check
Life
the box.
Force.
Check the box. Check the box. We get money for that. Check the box every time you get money.
You got to read Tony Robbins' book, The Life Force.
All right.
They touch base on the statistics, and the number one cause of death during that time, in reality, was fear.
I'm scared.
Power of suggestion causing so much stress on the body that when you have high levels of stress on the body and your norepinephrine races up, and it causes your heart to run harder, beat harder, do other things, not to mention all the other physiological things that are happening during a stressful. It's like having a 24/7 panic attack that you're not aware of.
I wasn't stressed at all.
But most people are, because they look at it and they go, holy crap, I don't want to go outside. I'm going to die.
You're going to die.
I've got news for everybody out there. You're going to die anyways. And it's not up to you or that disease or anybody else when it happens. Like it or not.
Newsflash. Nobody gets out of life alive.
It's not going to happen. So if you want to be safe, get on that new spaceship and you can go to Mars, and I'll wish you the best because I'm good where I'm at. But I enjoy my life.
I don't know how we got off on this tent, but...
But here we are. So here's the reality of the workforce right now. If you want to build a new career and you don't know how, please reach out. For free, I will help you.
Well, we're getting ready to embark on... So inflation's up like 7%, right? Mm-hmm. We're getting ready to embark on some truly matter of perspective, right?
Yep.
Truly dark times.
Yep.
And then for those who are prepared, truly good times. You know, because there's so much that you can do during during this time. I don't want to call it a depression. I don't know how deep it's going to go, but it definitely, it's going to happen. Things are going to crash. The markets are going to crash. Housing's going to crash. All these things are
going to crash. They're crashing.
They're crashing at the moment, right? But it's going to get a little darker. And for those who are prepared for that, and I'm talking financially, because that's what preparing for this type of structure, this type of thing that's getting ready to happen to the country and to the world. Actually, when you're prepared for this, you're going to come out of it better, but you have to be prepared. There's going to be stuff that's going to happen, and you can look at it from a perspective of, this is horrible, I'm going to crawl in a shell and die, and I'm just going to hide, or you can look at a perspective of, all right, this is opportunity. This is opportunity to grab a hold of something, invest in something, buy something, start a business, and buy a business. I don't care what it is.
Well, here's the thing. Tony Robbins said it best, in my opinion, and I do follow the guy a lot. I've been following him for many, many years, but he always asks the question. So I'm going to ask everybody out there the same question. How has the worst thing that's ever happened to you become the best thing in your life? Right? That's the perspective of it. This is happening now. It's the same moment.
Yeah.
So think back to, because right now you're thinking that's not possible, right? But if you think back a little bit, I'm sure there was something in your life. I'm telling you right now, and I've had a million people ask me this, if you could go back and not pick up that first pill, would you? My answer every time is yes, I would. Why? Because it has helped me be who I am today and change and shift lives in other ways and support people and understand where they're at. Like, I get you. I see you. I know you.
Yeah.
You are. I
am you.
I know everything. I could literally point it. I could draw a picture of your day for you.
And that's the same, like, put it in perspective of that horrible breakup that you went through. That you was just your world came crashing down. I'm never gonna get out of this. I'm in severe depression, and you come out of it the other side, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so blessed that person left me.
That's how I ended up where I am today with my wife. Yeah. We recently had on the video. If you don't like it, if you want to watch it and you like it, go back, check it out. I got there because I finally stopped after getting so tired of the heartbreak, and I said, I want to evaluate how most of my relationships started and what happened with them and what I was missing. So I started looking into myself.
Yeah.
And I realized that whole, because emotional guy, I'm all or nothing. As soon as I feel like it's going, boom, I'm in. Let's go, right? I'll move in. Let's go get married. I don't give a crap. Like, I'm in, right? Like, I'm in. Let's go. Let's build a life right now.
Hey, Chris, all we need is a woman with a food stamp card and public housing, right, bud? We're moving in. That's what I think.
I'm in.
That's where I was.
But with my wife, I stopped and said, I don't have to force this. We're best friends. That's what built our relationship. And I've never actually been friends before I got into it with someone. And me and her, for 3 months, really just hung out. We just cuddled on the couch, watched Dexter and other things, and had great conversations.
Dexter.
And just,
oh my God.
Like, we just had this little fun thing and realized that we're very compatible.
You guys were watching people kill each other on TV, and
it was amazing. Well, hey, here's the thing. As long as we're both watching it at the same time, then we both know the same plan, so one can't get away with it.
I feel like if you looked at any horrible, tragic situation in your life that's happened or you're currently in, if you can just take on the perspective of it's find the good in it, and your life will take off. I swear to God, every bad thing that's ever happened to me, at the end of the day, it ultimately got me to where I am today. And it's the same thing with this thing going on right now. If you can look at it from a different set of eyes, a different set of glasses, and see the good perspective in it, see the positive in it, you will find, if you look for it, you will find it, period. Mm-hmm. If you look and you dwell in the negative and you dwell in the bad, that's exactly what you're going to see. That's what's like attracts like. If you put out bad and you put out bad thoughts and you're thinking negatively all the time, that's all you're going to see.
Well, I want to know who actually did my 30-day challenge. So if you did, comment below, reach out and say something. I want to know. Because I can tell you right now, if you genuinely push for 30 days, you focus on one thing that you want, and every day you wake up and push, as if today was your last day. What could I do to get closer and closer to getting that
one
thing?
Step at a time, one day
one step at a time. If you don't notice the things in your life shift in 30 days, then you're not pushing hard enough, or your why is not actually true.
Yeah.
And you have to dig back. Like, I want $1 million in 30 days. Okay, you're an idiot.
You're not playing the lottery, are you?
You have to think, I want to become a millionaire. That's the difference, right? Not $1 million. I want to become a millionaire, because having $1 million doesn't make you a millionaire, because now you're going to spend it.
I want to be a billionaire.
So you focus. And my drive every morning is I wake up, I shower, I finish with a cold shower, I take a minute to meditate. I focus on what I want. And even during the crappy days when I am just ready to break, I pull back and say, wasn't that bad? What can you learn? Nothing went wrong today. I just learned a bunch of different ways how not to do things.
Absolutely.
That's it. It's all perspective. Your life will change when your perspective does. The world around you doesn't change.
No, it doesn't.
Just everything you're noticing about the world has now changed.
Yep.
That's the difference. That's how we create the change.
So, guys, when you're in a negative moment in your day, just take a step back, take a breath, and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn here?
Feel it.
Life is all about perspective. How I choose to look at anything is exactly what it's going to be. That is, without a doubt, the most powerful, true thing I've ever said. How I choose to look at something is what it is. So if I choose to look at it negatively, that's going to be a negative thing. If I choose to look at it positively, I'm going to grow from that experience.
On a simple format, you can do it like the gym, right? The first time I left the gym, the next day I couldn't move my arms. Right? Like, it was genuine pain. Like, I was like, I think I actually hurt myself kind of pain.
Yeah.
That was the first day. And I could have either said, okay, that sucked, I'm never going to do that again. Or I could have sat with it for a minute and think, okay, what is this and why is this happening and what can I do to progress? And then a year into it, you're yearning for that. You're like looking for that. Now that pain is like, I'm growing, I'm getting stronger. That's the shift in the perspective, but you have to embrace it. So if you're having a bad day, stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let it feel. Like, feel it. It's okay. You're not going to die, I promise. Nobody's ever died from a panic attack. This is scientific proof. So feel it for a minute. Embrace it for a second. Enjoy it as much as you can. And the more you get used to that feeling, the less difficult it becomes.
Yes.
So let's create a movement, you guys. Reach out to us. We're going to launch a link, if we can, Chris, that shows our website that is finally up after months and months of playing with it.
Lots of months, Chris. Lots of months.
No, I'm going to give Chris some mad props. The guy has been doing personal things in life that is a big shift in himself, which is a great thing. And to see where he was at the day I met him and where he's at today has been an inspiring growth to me. And every time I say something to him, he fires back, got it, on it. And I get something. I got GoDaddy reaching out, and I'm like, it's not me. Because they're texting my phone because it's on the account. And I'm like, wait, what?
I got the dark web.
I got hacked.
And I'm like, Chris, what's up?
I'm kidding. Watch list, and the FBI came to my house last night. Chris, thanks.
Yeah, Chris. We're on watch list now because of you. Because our
Just everybody embrace your moments, please. Embrace what's going on in your life right now, because what we're coming up on, if you are not prepared, if you're not battle tested, you're not going to make it. So let's get in this together, and we will show you how we've done what we've done. When you're having a bad moment, reach out. If you're struggling with addiction or you know someone that is, reach out to Marty. Please. We'll put the number down below. You got to reach out. Stop saying tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow I'll do it. Tomorrow never actually comes. Today is the day.
All right, you guys like and subscribe. Send this to your friend. We love you, man. We'll see you next week.
Love you guys next time.